This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
More conspiracy is out, a buzz, if you will, on social media about Kate Middleton in this Photoshop picture. They're saying now the latest, because I don't know if you're not familiar with it, Kate Middleton put out this picture and you could clearly tell something has been Photoshopped on it. One of the sleeves were like, you could see they were trying to edge out a little bit. But they are saying that her face is not her face. It was superimposed with a cover that she did for Vogue magazine 8 years ago. Really? And there is they've done what I've seen right now. Again, they haven't had the experts doing this, but they have put side by side, and it looks the same. And you're like, well, it's the same person. Yeah. But then they put it on top of it, and then they did a split screen, and you can tell it looked just, identical to this Vogue cover that she had done 8 years ago, and so people are saying, "Where is she? What is she?" This adds to the mystery.
They're saying I'm really into this story. I just find it fascinating. They're saying there's like 16 editing errors and stuff that they've got like Photoshop experts looking at, and they said AI is even like finding stuff in it.
Now she says, Kate Middleton says she's the one who Photoshopped. Yeah. She's been dabbling around, and possibly could be the case, but we don't know who actually had done it as of yet. But it makes it even when she kind of released this to say, where's Kate Middleton been? And then this gets put out, and then everybody's like, well, even more questions come out.
The mystery is because this is the first photo we've seen since she's had the abdominal surgery back in February, so she's kind of been MIA this entire time. Look, I've been known to edit a few photos. You add a filter, you do a little cropping, but never to the point of blurring out a sleeve or changing the steps or getting rid of a zipper.
And knowing that it'll be scrutinized as much as it is, which is even more, unless you're that far off thinking, I know it's really going to care about that. Like if I did, no one's going to care. But you're Kate Middleton, and people don't know where you're at. They're going to be looking at stuff like that.
The other two things they were talking about is she's not wearing a wedding ring in the picture. So of course that sent everybody into a complete tailspin. And a lot of people said that's a picture from last year, as you had mentioned, the Vogue cover. So some people are saying it's just an older picture that they've doctored up.
Oh, like her face is from 2016, but the picture itself.
The picture itself is taken from a previous family photo that they took, and so somebody was doing some serious doctoring.
The royal family needs a new photo editor for sure,
I think
right?
So. Well, at least 50 passengers were hurt when a plane suddenly went into a nosedive. Passengers who were not buckled into their seat went flying into the ceiling and bounced off their seats. The flight was about an hour from its destination when a passenger said the plane just dropped into a vertical motion. The pilot told passengers the gauges blanked out, all the controls went dark. Video posted online shows one person lying unconscious in the aisle as others held their heads in pain. Once the flight safely landed, emergency crews were there to treat the wounded. At least one passenger was listed in serious condition. My goodness. Again, great reminder, always wear the seatbelt.
Always. No, even if it looks like calm skies and you know you're going to be in your seat for the rest of the flight, get that seatbelt on. More chaotic travel news. A sleep-deprived pilot and his co-pilot have actually been suspended. Indonesia's National Transportation Safety Committee says that their flight actually went off course when both the pilot and his first officer actually dozed off for nearly 30 minutes. After reaching a cruising altitude, the pilot asked his second-in-command, have permission to sleep, making it sure, go ahead. Cap dozed off, waking up briefly to ask to see if he wanted to switch places. After the first officer declined, Captain said, well, I'm going back to bed. He woke up and noticed that the plane was off course and his co-pilot was napping. Officials said that after talking to the pilots, the first officer said that he had been taking care of his 1-month-old twins and not getting enough sleep. A recent survey of 7,000 pilots revealed about 75,000 admit to dozing off at least once while flying in a plane. Passengers knew that something was different when the captain says, That would freak me out for some. These planes fly by themselves somewhat, but to go off course is kind of odd because, as I just said, they fly by themselves, and that somebody had to have hit something, or they didn't set something right for it to go to its destination.
Well, you stretched out and hit a button that he didn't.
I think you're right. I think you're right on that. Somebody did that.
Kicked up their feet and hit a knob.
Don't do that. It's a bad thing. We're doing some Life Love shopping coming up when we return.